What's up, STA students? This is your drawing project for today. Today, we are going to be working on an atmospheric perspective drawing. In atmospheric perspective, the darker objects are closer to you and more detailed, and as the objects go back or recede, they get lighter and less detailed, all right? So we're going to be working with some dolphin in the ocean. And let's get to that process. Okay, we're just going to be needing pencils and paper today. You can do it with color if you so want to. All right, so let's try this. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our first dolphin in, and we can just kind of lightly sketch in the beginning just to get our shape in. Remember, we're just going to be working on basic shapes first. We don't have to do anything super detailed or perfect. But we want to get this kind of in. And I'll put his fin in here. I'll put the other fin over here. I'm probably going to make this a little smaller. Now, what I'm going to do with this dolphin first is I'm actually going to almost complete the whole dolphin. I'll get this in, get my drawing in. And what I'm going to do is this dolphin, since it's closest to me, he's going to be darkest. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross hatch my dolphin. So I'm going to cross hatch. I'm going to go here. And I'm going to cross hatch all the way across. I'm going to do this somewhat fast. And then I cross hatch. This is the crossing part, and this is going to darken him up. And these will be closer. Except for this little fin here, I'm not going to cross hatch that fin, and I will explain why in a minute. The rest of this I'm going to cross hatch. It takes a little bit of time. And when you're actually cross-hatching this for real, take a little more time than what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to kind of rip through this for you guys. But take your time, be a little cleaner. You can even use your eraser and clean some of these edges up here a little bit. You know, and make it a good drawing. Now, you may wonder, why didn't I cross-hatch this back little fin here? The reason I'm not cross-hatching this one, I've just got the one side, is as it's going back and receding away, it gets lighter than this area. So this causes, the cross-hatching causes this part of the dolphin to get darker, which is what I want because it comes forward. But I want all of this is forward ahead of this fin, so I'm not going to crosshatch that. So I just do the one line on it. So now the next thing, so that's our first mammal, the first dolphin here. So the next dolphin, I'm going to have him going behind the first dolphin, which will cause a certain amount of perspective anyway. But now I'm going to draw it lighter. I'm going to use a lot less pressure. I'm not going to draw as dark with my pencil. So I'm going to draw a light shape of a dolphin. And I'll put this little fin back here. This is his dorsal fin up here. Light now. And then I'll put the tail of that dolphin coming through here. And what I will do is I will lightly crosshatch this dolphin just one direction. And I don't put down anywhere near as much pressure on the pencil, and even my cross-hatching is a little wider apart. And I don't do the second half of the crosshatch. Now, if you look at it, you can see how this dolphin it sits behind the front dolphin because this one is just darker. And the cross-hatching creates more detail in the front dolphin. So there's less detail and less value, less darkness. And that puts it back. That's what gives you atmospheric perspective. Now we're going to do two little dolphin way in the back here. And they're just going to be drawn almost as light as I can kind of do them. And they're just swimming along, and they're 100 yards away maybe. There's one here. And then I'll do another one up here. And they're going to be super simply drawn and with hardly any crosshatch in them at all. And even to make them be even lighter, what you can do is you can take your eraser and just lightly rub it over the top of them. And it makes them just almost just a little shadow of a dolphin. So now you've got three levels of value. You've got your darkest value, your mid value, and your lightest value. And the reason this is called atmospheric perspective, and the reason it happens the way it does, is that in life, whenever we are looking through things, we're looking through different densities of moisture. And the farther away it is, the more dense it is. And so now you'll be able to see this. Now, just for the heck of it, on this one here, if we want to, we could even put in a little more detail. Put a little eye in, and maybe have the mouth come up. And put a little bit more detail in this particular dolphin. And that will complete your atmospheric perspective. So that's your lesson for today. That's your atmospheric perspective. You can do this with any situation. You can do it with trees, with animals, with people. The larger the object is towards you and the darker and more detail it has, the closer it will seem to you. The smaller it is as it goes away from you will give it the farther away it is, and the less detail and less value, less darkness, so the lighter it is, the farther away it'll seem. That's called atmospheric perspective. Try that. Draw as many different types of situations as you can and send them to Mr. Parsons and I. We're looking forward to it. You guys have a great week, and we'll see you next week.